Ciao everybody! Thanks for being here. Ami, Seb, thank you. So, do you hear me? Both the game, my voice, the same things as always. Great. So, this is my last streaming about Resident Evil 3. And I'm so glad that it's my first experience about live streaming play. Of course, I choose my favorite game ever. And since I'm aware there are so many other streaming about Resident Evil 3, I decided to make gameplay talking about the lore, the trivias, and so on. So, since from now, thank you for watching my play. Really, I appreciate it so much, especially for my very bad English, but I'm doing that also for this motivation. So, thank you. I hope this time my PC doesn't crash like the other time, because really it was so horrible and I couldn't get the reason. Because while I'm playing by myself without streaming, everything is okay. Also with the higher setting like also the HQ quality. While I'm streaming, there are of course all of these situations of crash, and I hate that, really. But in my previous streaming about Resident Evil 1 for the mission incident, I hadn't any uses. But I was I was in the lowest PC and the PlayStation emulator. So I think it's also about some uses with the emulator that there are different ones. But of course, I hope everything is okay now. I'm going to do the save of emergency, because of course I really don't know what is gonna to happen. So yeah, we can begin the last part of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Or better, Biohazard 3, Rats to Escape. Okay.
Resident Evil 3.
And for the last time, we can read the splendid monologue that Jill does. And it's fantastic. So full of charisma of her own character. Beautiful, especially for being a PlayStation title from 1999. Beautiful. My dearest Jill. No, I can't Hungarian from the beginning. I wish to know Japanese. I mean, really, I really wish, but no. Unfortunately, I'm so far to talk in Japanese. It's the final call, so let's use everything we have. Aside the spray, because I really don't want to use them. Okay. I left some green herbs, so we can go. There's a little cutscene I want to show you that maybe some of you don't know. Yeah, that's the animation of Jill's. Because in Resident Evil 1 from the 1996 and also the remake from 2002, the rocket launcher is holded by two hands from both Jill and Chris, while in Resident Evil 3, Jill in just one arm because she is a Jill Valentine.
You're still alive. Such persistence.
Nikolai?
Sorry, but there is no escape from here.
Of course, return fire to the chopper. Of course. Go, Jill! Ciao ciao, Nikolai! Ah.
Jill, what happened?
Carlos. The choppers.
I guess this is it then. But I don't want to die in a place like this. This isn't over yet. I'm not giving up, Jill. We still have a chance.
Now,
I am not going to give up.
maybe this is a little cutscene that you don't see usually. If you're in this part of game and go away, and then return to Carlos, there's a new cutscene.
Jill!
This is over. I've come to retrieve.
It's him, it's him!
There's no time left to bring her back. This is the stars. Please come in, Jill. Here, are you there to come? Come in.
Hey, he just called your name.
Who could it be?
It doesn't matter. We should tell him where we are. That's it. We've got to find a way out of here. Now!
Warning. Missile attack confirmed. Warning. Missile attack confirmed. Emergency level D. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Okay, guys. From now, we have about 15 minutes to finish the game. Otherwise, we just got killed by the missile that destroys Raccoon City. There are a few things I want to tell you. And yeah, about Nikolai, there aren't any canon stuff that he has survived or is that he's just dead. Because as you say, Mommy, the file in Resident Evil Survivor that mentions Nikolai, it's only for the Western release. So, Science Resident Evil is a Japanese game. The original canon search, it's all the Japanese one. And the Japanese one there isn't any Nikolai sign. So that's only an add-in for the Western release. So we haven't any idea if Nikolai survived or no. Also because neither Sergei from Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles tells us something about him. Yeah, there are some files about their relationship, but it's not the current time of 2003, the time that Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, the Umbrella's End, it takes place. So I think Resident Evil 3 Remake made this different tale about Nikolai, also because in my own theory, so it isn't confirmed, but I really believe that the client of Nikolai is right Albert, and that it's also linked to Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles Umbrella's End, and that's could be a hint that Nikolai could survive Raccoon City for Resident Evil 3 Remake, because I'm aware that Capcom keeps to say, well, both the original and the remake timelines are the same. No, they aren't the same. They can't be the same, Capcom, really. Of course, for some aspect I can tell you, of course, but some others, they really can't be the same, really. So I hope some chapters will be remade, especially about the lore. And yeah, that's another matter, but it was for answering about Nikolai's fate in Resident Evil 3. And again, about this cutscene that you just seen, of course it's about Barry. You know that canonically it's Barry the one who came to save Jill and Carlos in Resident Evil 3. But why Barry? Of course, I want to tell you this now because I don't want to ruin any ending scene that it's beautiful and emotional. So really, I'm speaking now. And maybe it's better that I'm making a save file for emergency. It's better that I do now. Just a sec. Done. Alright. I was telling you about Barry. Chris and Barry decided to go to Europe for searching for the Umbrella main HQ. But before Barry reaches Chris in Europe, Barry took his family in Canada. And of course, that's now he's in Canada and he's returning to Raccoon City for saving Jill, and with her going to Europe to Chris. In fact, in Jill's epilogue, in both Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 3 Remake, Jill is shown to be in Chris' flat, in Chris' apartment. And that's because after Resident Evil 3 event, Jill is in Chris' apartment or hideout. It depends if you're telling about the original or the remake of Resident Evil 3. And while Chris is doing a Resident Evil Code Veronica event, because the Code Veronica takes place into the last days of December of 1998, while here in Resident Evil 3 it's still the 1st October. So yeah, that's for telling you that Barry's just came from Canada for taking Jill, and then together going to Europe to Chris for searching for the Umbrella main HQ. And that's personally a mission that I really wish to see in a city movie or anime series or even a game or kind of revelation. I really wish to know what happened in that time between the 1999 and the 2002, this grip of time. And yeah, I'm talking really too much. I'm already annoy you all time. I am aware of that. Okay, we can keep going. Don't lag, please. Why? If I'm streaming, I have so many troubles. Then here's the huge part of lore I want to show you. Do you recognize him? Of course you do. It's the Tyrant 003. And of course I need to pause the game or making no better this way. Because this part of game it has many lore details, because that's the incinerator, the place that Umbrella takes the BioWs, all those trash of Nest Lab, the one of Resident Evil 2, and terminate everything that it couldn't do with the previous area about the Nemesis fight, the acid fight. Everything that isn't got out, then they'll be wiped out here in the incinerator. That's why Nemesis is here. And that's part that we're gonna to face. Hi, thank you for being here. And this part, this location, is seen also in Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Everybody knows that that title isn't canon, of course. But this kind of situations could be in some way. Because in the final pack of the Special Ops Operation, the Echo 6, so the DLC campaign, one of the last battles is right here, just before Jira arrives. And we play as the American army against the Tyrant, the Mr. X that you want to call that, because there are many Mr. X and Tyrant 003 that went in Raccoon City, that Umbrella sent to Raccoon City. And yeah, this is the final battle, one of the final battle of Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. And I really appreciated this lore detail also, because I really can't hate Operation Raccoon City, because it's a spin-off. It isn't about the main story or something like that. I don't like shooter games, but as I told you, it's a spin-off, so okay, I really can't get mad for that. But of course, I'm not a fan of it. Alright, guys, we can go. Then you can see this is one of Umbrella's deadly bioweapons and the bodies of the soldier, a corpus of a USA Special Force member. That little trivia, there are also about Jill's former allies, because Jill's, before she joined to Stars, she used to be a army soldier that got the training from the Delta Force. And that's the area, it's also playable in Operation Raccoon City.
Checking system. Checking data. Warning, there is not enough power to activate the system. Battery connected.
This soundtrack gives me chills every single time since I was 4. I can't hold it. Epic boss fight, epic. Both the soundtrack, the location, everything. I love every single pixel of this game.
Battery connected.
If you take a closer look to Nemesis, you're able to see also the Ne-Alpha parasite on him.
Connected. Rail cannon has been activated. Executing quick charge program. Preparing to fire.
Sorry guys, I'm a little afraid that it could crash now for the Paracelsius. Sorry, I don't know how it's called right in English. Sorry, the Spada di Paracelso. Sorry that I'm tell you in Italian. And I get to save for emergency. Okay. Sorry guys, really, I can't stand to play like that, but I don't want to take so much time. I really... I know it. I know it. Oh, no, okay. Issues about the emulator. I don't know what happened, but oh, okay. Come here. Yeah, Nemesis here. Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Come here, boy. Yeah? Bravo.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire. Warning. System overheating. Entering cooldown mode.
I wish this for my PC now. So, again, sorry guys. Another save of emergency. I know you hate me, but it's not my fault about that. Okay. And now the oh my, the best moment of whole game of the badass that is my Jill. Fantastic. She is too tough, too cool. Jill, you're a goddess. Exterminate the monster, of course.
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
That's too cool. Too cool, really. Because it isn't about the badass moment from the 19th games that it was a kind of must of that era, but also because it's Nemesis, the ones that kept to stalking Jill for all time, for all game, from the right the beginning. So of course she tells you want stars because yeah, he wanted the stars, he wanted her, so I'll give you stars. It's yeah, I really can't stop to fangirling. I'm aware of that, but it's my love toward this game, toward Jill, toward also Nemesis. So yeah. Another little trivia that I want to tell you is I made post right a few hours ago, so some of my followers probably know. But if you fails the live selection moment, so you don't press anything, Nemesis is able to infect Jill once again. But since Nemesis dies just after this last attack, the virus inside him is so weak that the state of the condition of Jill, it isn't virus like, of course, the battle at the St. Michael Tower, but it's simply poison. And you're able to heal Jill with a simple blue herb, and that's it's impossible in the previous battle when Jill got infected. I think it isn't canon, of course, but it's a detail that I really appreciate, and once again, that proves Resident Evil 3 is so full of Easter eggs, reference, lore details, everything. Is a beautiful chapter, one of the best chapter ever in both Resident Evil series and survivor horror, also because for its gameplay that yeah, it's more action than the first and the second one, but it's still pure survivor horror. Nothing about I don't know, Dino Crisis 2, that it's a great game, but it isn't a classic survivor horror, Dino Crisis 2. And yeah, after I know you with all this lore and trivia, we can finish the game. Also because, as I told you, we have only 15 minutes about for finish the game. And if you did, sorry, that cutscene about berries in the console along Carlos' attitude is different because there's a hopeless feeling about it's over, we can't go anywhere. While if you hear the Barry in the previous cutscene that I showed you, Then Carlos is so happy, so yeah, that put his arm on the sky. Fantastic. And again, I make another save file for emergency because I'm so afraid that crash everything. Right for the finale. Hey, I don't want to. Okay, guys.
Jill, look! Chopper's coming in! Yes!
Papino Berry is here. Teddy Berry.
Thanks, you saved us.
I couldn't let you die.
Is it you?
Are you ready to finish this?
It's coming!
Yeah. It's the end.
That's it. Umbrella's going down.
And now we have a rather unfortunate turn of events. It seems that the President and the Federal Council have passed judgment over the civilians of Raccoon City. The President and Federal Council have ruled that the Bacillus Terminate operation is the best course of action for this extreme situation, and have since executed. Based on that fact, Raccoon City has been literally wiped off the map. Current reports have the death toll surpassing the 100,000 mark. Our hearts go out to those poor civilians of Raccoon City.
I think that I want to point up that the ending of Resident Evil 3, it's so sad. It isn't a good ending at all. Yeah, Jill survived, but she couldn't save the city. That she want to save the city since May, since the murders that began. And it's so sad because Jill couldn't save Raccoon City because the civilians were so corrupted by Umbrella that didn't believe in stars, in her. Jill decided to stay to Raccoon City and didn't go to Europe along with Chris, but she stayed in Raccoon City both for searching for Nest, for William Birk Laboratory, and for trying to make escape the civilians, try to warn them, but no one believed her. And that's so sad, that's so serious, and it's so powerful. One of the most powerful ending in survivor horror games, because again, this isn't a good ending. It isn't at all. Jill is so she really wants to eliminate Umbrella now, also for the sake, not only for the Stars members or for her own, but also for Raccoon City. So yeah, Umbrella is going down, and that's a fact that she will do in Umbrella Chronicles. And yeah, I do love so damn much this soundtrack so deeply. Since I'm able to remember. Wow, I sucked. Grade C. So awful, really. Well, okay, that wasn't pro game play as you saw, but I hope you enjoyed my plain streaming that talking all over and all over again. Grazie. But really, I'm uh, I'm happy that my first live experience about streaming play it was right dedicated to Resident Evil 3. And yeah, about this is the canon ending that we can see Jill, Carlos, and Barry here. Because Jill and Barry got a drink with Carlos before reaching Chris in Europe, and Carlos unfortunately disappeared. We really don't know almost anything about Carlos after Resident Evil 3 happens, and that's so sad to me because he's a great character. And I really wish that some of his involvement, at least as a BSAA member, not for Resident Evil 5, but at least in 6 or something like that. And yeah, that's the ending. I think I made a new game, so there's Jill's epilogue. I hope. Yeah, because I unlocked the mercenary mode, so you've got the boutique key and 3 customs. I love this kind of unlockables. After escaping the city, Jill set out to join Chris Redfield. However, all she found was an empty hideout of Chris's. On the floor was Chris's knife. Jill left without hesitation because she firmly believes that Chris is still alive. She will search for him until she finds him. Then they can go and put an end to Umbrella. Love these connections, love this epilogue that it's linked to Code Veronica event because of course Chris was in Antarctic for rescuing his sister Claire while Jill arrives in his hideout, and that's a kind of the same Resident Evil 3 remake because it's shown Jill in Chris' apartment, and we can say that it's Chris' apartment for 2 main things. One, it's about the canon story that once Jill go out from Raccoon City, escaping Raccoon City, she goes to Chris in Europe, and to the oh my the punch. Sorry, I don't know how it goes in English. That's sorry, really. But there's an item of the potion that you training with your first, and of course that's an mark of Chris, of course, and that's his apartment, his flat. And yeah, I immediately got this hint in my first playing Resident Evil 3 remake, and I screamed, Jill is in Chris' hideout, in Chris' flat! Yeah, I'm fangirling for everything about my dearest Jill, Chris, Albert, yeah, and all connections about the lore and the story, because I really can't stand the side stories. Aside for the spin-off or something like that, I really need in my favorite video game series ever, that it's Resident Evil, a kind of continuation. I can say that. I can say this. Yeah, that it's all connected for each other. So yeah, that's of course it will be connected to Umbrella's hand, because Chris and Jill will be the duo that eliminate the Umbrella, as also Resident Evil Revelations shows. Okay, guys, that's all. That's the final take. Punch and ball. Yeah, mommy, that one. So, guys, really, thank you for watching me play, for bearing me all my trivia and lore talking with my very bad English. I hope that you managed to understand something and maybe got something new that maybe you didn't know before. I would be honored that I teach you something about the lore of Resident Evil, of also some little trivias. And about other plans, I really want to make another live streaming about Parasite Eve this time, but I need to know if my PC can run everything, and if someone is interested about it, because I really wish to spread Parasite Eve content in some kind of way, because also in Italian fandom of survivor horror, Parasite Eve is pretty ignorated, if I can say that, and that's a pain to me. Of course, I wish to make another kind of gameplay streaming of Resident Evil serie, about Resident Evil 1. Of course, that it's my second Resident Evil, my second favorite Resident Evil ever. Or maybe something little about lasting nightmares, the DLC of Resident Evil 5. There are so many things that I can show you and I can tell you. Or I really don't know, because I need to talk in English, and you got that I need some practice. So yeah, I really need to talk, because here in Italy English isn't used. And yeah, I wish to improve my English talking with something I love, that is Resident Evil and survival horror in general. About my Jill's project, I made a little update right today, that I'm telling you the same thing, that the project it's completely done, but I'm writing the English translation. And again, it isn't a problem about the translation, because I'm pretty so good to write and read, and also making translation. I play the English game without any problems, but my video, it isn't about Jill's story. It writes an analysis about her attitude and her psychological state after Resident Evil 5. So it's very complicated to tell what I'm meaning in a language that it's not my first one. So I'm taking more time that I thought firstly, but I'm already in a good point. I'm almost the half part, and yeah, I really wish to make a good English translation for making for making my video available for most fun as possible, because this project it's only about my love toward Jill, nothing else. And I spent so many time for realize it, for making it, and I can't wait to share my analysis with all of you, of course. And another thing, you know that I bother you daily in my X/Twitter account with Resident Evil lore and trivias, the same things. And yeah, that's all for Resident Evil 3 streaming, for my update. Again, really, I appreciate so much the time you spent to watch me play, to hear me, and I hope that was a enjoyable time in some way. Okay, guys, so that's all. See you soon in my post, and ciao!